Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order single-handedly got me back into gaming after a roughly 10-year hiatus. I've been a Star Wars fan ever since I can remember, and the old Legend games were some of my favorite games of all time, so I couldn't pass up on the chance to play a new current-gen game. I enjoy gaming these days for only two reasons. One, mindless stimming, which is satisfied by battle royale type games, or heavily narrative driven games. And Jedi Fallen Order did not disappoint in that area. Sure, the actual gameplay was derivative and nothing groundbreaking, but it took aspects that worked well for other games and made it a quite enjoyable vehicle for an incredibly compelling story set in the Star Wars universe. So, when I started my podcast, which adapts video game stories into novelized format, it made sense to start with a game so near and dear to my heart. As I have been going through the game and adapting the story, it has been really cool to delve deeper into the game's themes and narrative, which is what I want to unpack today. Fallen Order is not just another action packed video game set in the beloved Star Wars universe. Beyond the lightsaber battles and epic quests, it delves into a profound exploration of trauma and resilience. In this video, we will unravel the layers of this captivating game and examine how it offers a poignant commentary on the lingering effects of trauma. Through the eyes of the protagonist, Cal Kestis, we witness the aftermath of Order 66, the destruction of the Jedi Order, and the impact these events have on his psyche. To uncover the game's portrayal of trauma, coping mechanisms, symbolism, and the ultimate quest for redemption and purpose, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order invites us to reflect on our own experiences with trauma and find solace in the resilience of its characters. Let's delve into the game's narrative depths to understand its commentary on trauma and the human spirit. Also, before we get started, please know that this is just an analysis of a video game. I'm not a mental health professional, and while I hope you find this video encouraging, please do not take anything I say as mental health advice. Also, obviously, there will be spoilers for the game. So, with that out of the way, let's get into it. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order plunges players into a world shaped by the haunting specter of trauma. At its core, the game explores the devastating effects of the galaxy wide tragedy known as Order 66, the cataclysmic event that marked the destruction of the Jedi Order. Through the eyes of the game's protagonist, Cal Kestis, we witness the harrowing experiences and psychological aftermath of this traumatic event. Cal's journey begins with the loss of his master and the disintegration of the Jedi Order. The game adeptly portrays trauma through Cal's survival guilt, an overwhelming burden he carries for being one of the few Jedi who managed to survive. Haunted by the weight of his perceived failure, Cal grapples with intense feelings of remorse and responsibility. Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, becomes a palpable presence in Cal's life, affecting his mental and emotional well-being. Fallen Order immerses players in Cal's struggles as they bear witness to his nightmares, panic attacks, and reoccurring flashbacks. These manifestations of trauma serve as reminders of the immense toll that traumatic events can take on an individual's psyche. The game's narrative offers a nuanced exploration of trauma, highlighting the internal struggles that Cal faces as he navigates a world forever altered by Order 66. It not only captures the immediate aftermath of the tragic event, but delves deeper into the lasting impact trauma can have on a person's sense of self and purpose. The game's portrayal of trauma invites players to empathize with Cal's experiences and contemplate the broader implications of trauma in our own lives. As we delve further into the game, we will uncover the coping mechanisms Cal employs and the resilience he discovers, shedding light on the game's commentary on the human capacity to overcome adversity. In the face of immense trauma, Fallen Order masterfully delves into the coping mechanisms employed by Cal Kestis as he grapples with the shattered remains of his Jedi existence. From the very beginning, we witness Cal's struggle with survivor's guilt and the burden of PTSD symptoms. One prominent coping mechanism depicted in the game is Cal's deliberate suppression of his Force abilities. We see early on that drawing on the Force is incredibly triggering for Cal. The last time he confidently used the Force was to defend his dying master from a group of clone troopers that had become sort of a found family for him, yet turned on them in an instance for seemingly no reason. PTSD is in some ways a disorder of time. The victim's life goes on, but their mind is stuck in that traumatic moment, unable to move forward. Even if one is able to heal and move forward mentally, there can still be triggers that can take one back to that traumatic incident without warning. Cal chooses to keep his powers dormant, not only to hide from the Empire, but to hide from the pain of his past. It's true that he seems to have some camaraderie with Prof, but it is clear that he is emotionally distanced himself from the friendship and held back quite a bit of his personal life from him. This self-imposed exile acts as a shield against further pain and loss, symbolizing both his fear of attachment and his struggle to confront the trauma that continues to haunt him. However, as the narrative unfolds, we witness a remarkable transformation, a testament to Cal's resilience. Fallen Order skillfully portrays the power of relationships and how they challenge and ultimately dismantle his coping mechanisms. Characters like Seer Junda, a former Jedi Knight who has quite a bit of trauma herself, play a pivotal role in Cal's journey of healing. Seer becomes a mentor figure, offering guidance and encouragement, pushing Cal to confront his past and embrace his powers. Trauma can often shrink our world to an incredibly myopic level, making us think that no one else could empathize with what we're going through. But when we allow ourselves to connect with others and hear their experiences, it makes our world a little bit bigger and helps us realize that while no one can truly know exactly what we've been through or how we feel, everyone has something that they have gone through and can empathize on some level. Seer's empathy and support provide the foundation for Cal's path of self-discovery and recovery. Cal also finds companionship and grounding in characters like Grease Dritus, the captain of the Mantis. Grease is used often for comedic relief, but his lighthearted humor and camaraderie serve as a source of comfort, reminding Cal that he is not alone in his struggle. Their banter and shared experience creates a sense of belonging that gradually erodes Cal's walls of isolation. Another important relationship is the one formed between Cal and the powerful Night Sister Marin. Their bond deepens as they discover shared pain and loss, allowing them to empathize with each other's struggles. Both Cal and Marin have experienced the annihilation of their respective orders and grapple with the weight of survivor's guilt. Through heartfelt conversations and shared vulnerabilities, they find solace and support in one another, fostering a connection that transcends their individual traumas. Jedi Fallen Order does a great job of underlining the profound impact of these relationships in fostering resilience. It underscores the healing power of connection and highlights the transformative nature of trust and camaraderie. Through the gradual dismantling of his coping mechanisms, Cal learns to embrace his true potential as a Jedi and finds the strength to confront his trauma head on. As we go deeper into the game's exploration of trauma, we will uncover the rich symbolism and metaphors that imbue its narrative, shedding further light on the human capacity for redemption and finding purpose amidst the most challenging circumstances. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order employs powerful symbolism and metaphorical elements to deepen its exploration of trauma and its lasting impact on individuals. These symbols and metaphors serve as reminders of Cal Kestis' internal struggle and the broader themes of loss and recovery woven throughout the game. The crumbling ruins of the Jedi Order, scattered across the various planets, serve as another powerful metaphor for the trauma that befell Cal and the galaxy at large. These decaying structures represent the remnants of a once mighty and revered institution, now reduced to echoes of a painful past. The desolation and decay evoke a sense of loss, inviting players to contemplate the weight of history and the toll of traumatic events. Environmental storytelling plays a significant role in conveying the impact of trauma as well. The dilapidated landscapes and dark, oppressive environments reflect the psychological state of Cal and the galaxy itself. Harsh weather conditions, abandoned structures, and haunting scenery create an atmosphere of desolation and unease, mirroring the emotional turmoil caused by the traumatic events of Order 66. But perhaps the most striking symbol of trauma is Cal's broken lightsaber, which becomes a visual representation of his shattered identity and the devastating effects of Order 66. The fractured weapon reflects Cal's own fragmented sense of self, mirroring the profound trauma he experienced during the destruction of the Jedi Order. Cal's lightsaber is the cornerstone of the most emotional scenes in the game. Shortly after we finally witness what Cal went through during Order 66, we are once again confronted by a vision of Cal's master who tells him that his blood is on Cal's hands, that he is a failure, that he is weak. This is how Cal views himself, and it is so traumatic that he grips his lightsaber tight enough to crush it. This leads to this moment with Seer, which I want to show you.
What happened? Did you find the tomb? Your master's lightsaber.
I saw him. Master T'Pol. I saw the day he died. I saw what I did.
Cal.
Now it's destroyed. I couldn't save him.
Cal, you were only a child.
No, I know I could have helped him if I'd been stronger and braver, if I would have listened to him. I could have helped him. I know it.
Cal, it's time I told you everything that happened to me when I escaped the Empire. They brought Shirley in the room. And when I saw her eyes, they showed me what I had caused. She was an inquisitor. And something in me gave. And I lost all control. And I tapped into the dark side. And I killed them all. Every last one of them. Except for her. And for years, I couldn't forgive myself. I was a wreck. Because I had all this rage. And I tried pushing it down, but there was no hiding from myself. And all I wanted to do was die. But then I learned about the holocron. A spark of hope that there could be a future, that we could move on. Get up. I can't change what I did no more than you can change what happened to your master. It's in the past. But Cal, you have to make a choice to move on.
How?
You're gonna start with this. You are going to build a new one.
Seer empathizes with Cal, showing that she knows how he's feeling, and that it's essential for him to keep fighting and find new purpose. This leads to Cal making a journey to Ilum to find a new kyber crystal to repair his saber with. And once again, I want to actually show you this scene because of just how impactful it is.
trust me. No! Yeah! It's over. He failed.
Failure's not the end, my friend.
That's good, buddy.
The time's come. This may be the last you see of me. I can sense the doom of the Jedi Order is upon us. No! Failure's not the end. It is a necessary part of the path. Hope will always survive in those who continue to fight. Like you, BD-1. I believe you will find someone just as brave and persistent as you have been. And you will help them, as you have helped me. But your memory will be completely lost. Are you sure you want to do this? Beginning total memory encryption. Only with a trusted connection will your memories be restored. I believe in you, as I always have. And I believe in whom you choose to replace me. Goodbye, old friend.
Your memories. You risked them for me. Yeah, I believe in you too, buddy. Yeah, you're right. There's still a chance. There's always a chance. Come on.
I'm not crying. You are. As Cal gets close to the kyber crystal, he falls through ice into water and is helped out by his younger self, which then merges with the kyber crystal itself. Cal finally reaches it and is filled with hope as he holds it, only for it to fragment in his hand moments later. I think that this mirrors Cal's own fragmentation that occurred as a child, acknowledging that he was indeed broken and remains so up to this point. And it's here where I want to talk about BD1. I didn't mention him in Cal's relationships, but BD1 is perhaps the most important relationship to Cal. He's been with him by his side through the whole game, and often wouldn't have made it without his help and support. I've often been frustrated by Star Wars' depiction of droids. They often kind of want to have their cake and eat it too. They are often given personalities and depicted as people, given personhood. But then other times they are just merely indentured servants or seen as disposable. However, I really like this game's depiction of droids, particularly BD1, as a companion. His depiction of being brave and resilient, his attentiveness to Cal and his emotional state, and knowing exactly what to say and when to help him. After BD1's encouragement, Cal then proceeds to find a purpose for the two halves of the crystal, showing that one, healing is not linear. We may make great progress and have confidence in the future, yet we still may face serious setbacks, and that's okay. And also, secondly, yes, people can be broken in such a way that they will never be the same, but that does not mean that they are not valuable or cannot go on to find purpose and meaning in life, even if it may not look like what we originally envisioned. I think the game did an incredible job, symbolically and literally showing Cal's journey towards healing and reclaiming his identity. The broken lightsaber, crumbling ruins, environmental storytelling all provide nuanced layers of meaning, adding depth and resonance to Cal's personal journey and the broader themes of resilience and healing. Next, we will witness how these symbolic elements intertwine with Cal's path toward redemption and find resonance with our own understanding of trauma and the human capacity for recovery. At its core, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order presents a compelling narrative that explores the themes of redemption and purpose in the aftermath of trauma. The game invites players to join Cal in a transformative journey as he seeks to reconcile with his past and find meaning in a galaxy plagued by darkness. Cal's quest for redemption is deeply intertwined with his pursuit of justice and the restoration of the Jedi Order. Through his actions and choices, we witness his unwavering commitment to honor the fallen Jedi and bring balance to the Force. This quest becomes a vehicle for Cal's personal redemption as he strives to overcome his guilt and make amends for his perceived failures. The game also emphasizes the importance of purpose in the face of trauma. Cal's connection to the Force and his inherent Jedi abilities serve as guiding forces, shaping his identity and giving him a sense of purpose amidst the chaos. By embracing his powers and stepping into the role of a Jedi once again, Cal discovers a renewed sense of meaning and becomes a beacon of hope in a galaxy overshadowed by darkness. Furthermore, Cal's encounters with other characters struggling with their own traumas highlight the transformative power of empathy and compassion. Through his interactions with individuals like Seer, Grease, and Marin, grappling with their own painful pasts, Cal learns the importance of supporting others in their own paths to healing. These connections further solidify the game's emphasis on collective resilience and the strength found in shared experiences. Fallen Order serves as a reminder that redemption and purpose are not singular achievements, but ongoing processes. Cal's journey is marked by setbacks, doubts, and moments of vulnerability, reflecting the complexity of healing from trauma. However, it is through these trials that Cal forges a path towards personal growth and a deeper understanding of his own strength. As players accompany Cal on his quest, they are encouraged to reflect on their own journeys of redemption and finding purpose. The game's exploration of trauma and resilience offers a powerful message of hope and the potential for renewal in the face of adversity. Through Cal's transformation, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order reminds us that even in our darkest moments, there is always a glimmer of light waiting to be ignited. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order stands as a remarkable testament to the power of storytelling in video games to capture the intricacies of trauma and resilience. By delving into Cal's coping mechanisms, the dismantling of his barriers, and the transformative powers of relationships, the game offers a commentary on the journey from trauma to healing. The symbolism, metaphors, and storytelling serve as powerful tools that immerse players in Cal's own struggle, allowing them to reflect on their own experiences with the trauma and find inspiration in his path towards redemption. The game also reminds us that resilience is not a solitary endeavor, but a collective effort, highlighting the healing power of connection and empathy. Through Cal's quest for redemption and purpose, we witness the enduring strength of the human spirit and the capacity to rise above, even in the darkest of circumstances. As the credits roll and the players complete their journey with Cal, they are left with a profound sense of hope and the understanding that, despite the scars of trauma, there is always potential for renewal and growth. In the end, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order's commentary on trauma leaves an indelible mark, inviting players to reflect on their own experiences, find solace in the power of resilience, and embrace the light that can emerge from the shadows of trauma. It is a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable darkness, there is always a flicker of hope waiting to be ignited by the strength of the human spirit. As I said, I'm not a medical professional or a mental health professional, so please don't take any of this as professional advice. But if I can leave you with some encouragement, it would be this. No matter what you've been through, you are valuable, you are resilient, you are strong. Healing is not linear, and no two people's journeys will look exactly the same. You will have setbacks, you will always have struggles, but keep fighting, keep seeking purpose, keep seeking connections, and remember that you have a unique path to forge, a path towards a future filled with hope, courage, and personal fulfillment. Embrace your journey, embrace yourself, and trust that you have the strength to overcome any obstacle that comes your way. Thank you for listening. May you always find the inner strength to keep moving forward. May the Force be with you on your incredible journey.